Kosho also has a book. Please present yourself. The book that you
yes,
wrote, and
yes,
we,
you can
we
also download
published.
it. Yes, you can also download it for free. It's called A Seat in Amida's Hands, Samsara and Nirvana in Jodo Shinshu Buddhism, which has a lot of passages from Josho Sensei's books and Shakyamuni Buddha's sutras and the Shastras. Yes, I mean, it's a complementary book. Yes.
Yeah, but it contains, for example, you present some cases of reincarnation.
Oh, yes.
Some cases, please explain.
Yes, in this case, I wrote that book in order for to present some evidences, some, I wouldn't say scientific, but there are some accounts from many people all over the world about reincarnation. And actually, many people, I think, would benefit from reading these passages, because I quote there many investigations and research done by people from, for example, there is a doctor called Ian Stevenson, who is actually a psychiatrist from one of the prestigious universities in Virginia, and he was a biochemist and also a psychiatrist, so a trained medical doctor. And he, during many years, or more than 30 years, from the 60s until the 2006, when he passed away, he did more than 3,000 cases from children who remember past lives from all over the world. And this includes countries like Brazil, like United States, where Buddhism is not the predominant religion. Many people who are Christians themselves are actually people in the Middle East. So remember that reincarnation or rebirth, or memories from past lives, it is not only for Buddhists. You could call it a natural phenomenon, yes, from all over the world. And this actually helped me a lot to take the words of the Buddha very seriously, because I was very critical of Buddhism when I first encountered it, because as I mentioned, I study philosophy in the university. So I said that I had to convince myself through careful investigation. And this book that I wrote is like let's call it like a notebook of all of the doubts that I used to have about the Buddha Dharma, and how reading many different things about rebirth and also paranormal phenomena, helped me to understand that the Buddha Dharma is not referring to some tale, it's referring to the world that we live in. It's referring to our very existence, you see? And this is very important, because I think, and the reason why I wrote this book is because I think that many Buddhists nowadays are questioning the bedrock, let's say, the foundation of our Buddhist understanding of the universe, our Buddhist cosmology. And Buddhist cosmology is very important because this is the way that we should look at the world as Buddhists. Okay, so in this book, I try to present a lot of material and research material in order to provoke the reader to reflect on the fact that maybe the Buddhist worldview is the best way to explain all of these strange phenomena. Because in this book, I also offer things about UFOs, about spirits, about rebirth cases, about many things that science hasn't been able to explain. Yes, and actually nowadays there are many so-called scientists and many philosophers who are scratching their heads and they don't know how to explain this. You see, they have no clue. And I think it's positive that if you have this type of mentality of try to investigate a Buddhist cosmology and study, this book could be beneficial. I don't know, you see. But thank you for mentioning that, Sensei.
Yes, it's very important to understand that Shakyamuni Buddha did not invent rebirth. He discovered the way things are. This is what he did. He didn't invent it, anything. He just discovered how things really are, and he discovered, and then he, of course, established a path to escape from our dreamlike reality and to Nirvana and to true reality. And true reality was there and has been there since eternity. Buddhas only discovered them. When we become Buddhas, we discover that reality. And we also discover the karmic laws that function within the samsaric universe. We do not invent them.
Yes, this is very important because, you know, hell, the realms of the pretas, animals, gods, and the pure lands, they exist regardless of whether you believe in them or not.
Yes.
This is very important. They exist. I mean, hell exists, Avicii hell, and the pure land exist regardless of what you think of them. And this is something that sounds very obvious, but many Buddhists are starting to question in this because they have been exposed to many modernist points of view that tell you that, oh no, like Buddhism is like a philosophy, it's like a way of life. And actually they're disguising their lack of faith. They don't have faith in the sutras. They don't have faith in the Mahayana. Okay, so they try to adapt the Mahayana to worldly philosophies, and we shouldn't do that. You see, the Mahayana is a superb body of writings that describe reality as it is. You see, so they are not self-referential. They are referring to the world. They're referring to the universe. They're referring to your family. They're referring to us. Okay, this is very important for us to keep in mind.